Welcome to Comically Comics, your one-stop listen to all things comics. We're talking books, movies, TV shows, video games, and more. I must forewarn you, though, we are a spoilercast, and what that means is we consider all properties, past, future, and present, to be valid, and we will spoil the hell out of them. I'm your host, Michael, along with my two co-hosts, Richard and Jeremy, and with all that being said, let's get started. All right, it is October 5th, and we are back with Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 7, Like a Keith in the Night. And, I don't even want to, set really anything up. Surely to God, we've all seen this. But I'm talking about the people out there. Surely to God, we've actually seen it because we're reviewing it. But
I actually have not seen it. I'm just winging it tonight to see if you guys can tell if I've actually seen the episode or not.
I'm just phoning this shit in. But, there's so much that goes on. So much that goes on in this episode from the last one where we get the reveal that we're on a Nazi Earth. And I just want to get into it. Jeremy, what's your whelming on this episode?
I will say I'm pleasantly whelmed. I enjoyed it. It turned out, all that stuff again turned out pretty on point. What we were thinking about. It didn't necessarily reveal if there's like quote unquote concentration camps or anything like that, but said that she would disappear if they got her, basically. But yeah, overall, I was pleasantly whelmed, and we'll get into more of it.
Yeah. I will say that Vigilante pretty much said, people would be working and slaving over, making everybody's products.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So they essentially have sweatshops. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, there's definitely slave labor. That's why this Earth is, so nice, if you will. They're using, slaves to do everything, essentially.
Richard?
I was just whelmed. I was kind of, I think it's my own fault. I think you and I kind of hyped each other up on a certain robot showing up, and that didn't happen. So I was kind of just whelmed with it. I liked it. That being said, I liked the episode, but if I'm to critique, I was going to save this for maybe the last episode, but this episode and last week's episode maybe should have been merged together because they were very short. And then maybe episode 4 and 5 should have been merged as well. Because it was just to wait a week, in between. And then, I don't know, the payoff wasn't that satisfying for me. So I was just kind of again, that may have been my own fault, but I'm whelmed.
To my knowledge, this is the shortest episode of the season.
Yes.
It was 32 minutes. That's with everything in it, if I remember correctly. And then I think somebody broke it down to the actual episode was 28 minutes, taking out the intro, the credits, blah, blah, blah.
It was not me this time.
Right.
Not me.
28 minutes, though. With all that being said, I was so wrong about so many things. And I'm overly whelmed with this episode, actually. This is probably my favorite episode of the season so far.
Wow.
It had, I think, everything in it.
Almost the whole spectrum of whelmings. At least the higher end whelmings.
Right. It had comedy in it. It had heart in it. It had action in it. Did anything turn out the way that I thought it was? No. Was I a little disappointed? Yes. But still, I don't know. What I got, I really enjoyed, especially for the 28 minutes of it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's dive into this. Let's start things off the TV show started off. You got Chris and Amelia, making their way through Argus. I love them running through. And first of all, the fight scene I thought was awesome. It looked like Amelia hit her head on the desk when she was coming down. And I was like, oh, that looks like it hurt. But apparently she didn't. But them running through with just the music playing, I kind of wish they'd done that all the way to the peace cycle. I kind of wish we had gotten a fight scene, no dance number, just them fighting. And that had been the choreography all the way to them escaping and just make it a really long fight scene.
Yeah.
I thought that would have been cool to me.
Yeah. I love the first part, the very start where it's so this is your perfect world. And he's like, how the fuck was I supposed to know this was Nazi America? And she's like, I don't know. Maybe it was all the fucking Mein Kampfs on everyone's desk. And he's like, I don't fucking read. I wouldn't have these muscles if I didn't read. And then she's like, okay, well, maybe, how about the giant literal mural of Hitler? That shit was so funny. I immediately like boisterous laughed. Like it was just so funny. Gunn in his podcast mentioned he was going to have a third joke. So it was going to be what all the Mein Kampfs on everyone's desk, and then it was going to be, well, what about the three guys over there by the water or by the copier machine with the Hitler mustaches? And there was going to be like three guys with Hitler mustaches, just like with coffee standing around. And then she was going to say like, what about the literal giant mural of Hitler? And he was going to be like, fuck, how did I miss that?
I do like his response to that, where he was like, fuck, how did I miss that? Like I remember him saying that. I'm like, how did I miss that? No, and I'm kind of glad they did something like that, because I think I was kind of expecting a little bit of a like backtracking through the episodes when he went through certain things, and then we see the camera turns just a hair and we see this Nazi thing over there or whatever. Yeah, so I'm glad they did something like that.
Yeah, I'm too. And like it was one of those that, you know, how did he miss that? But like at the same time, you can kind of put yourself in his shoes as far as like it's just a glossy picture that he has of this place. Like it's not, he doesn't want to see anything corrupt about this place at first because it's his escape or whatever. So, I mean, that's probably going deeper than what he actually is.
Yeah. I mean, Ads even said in the episode when she's talking with Judomaster about like, Chris doesn't like this because, you know, whatever, there's no blacks, there's no people of color. He probably didn't even notice because he's stupid.
Right.
She said something about like, I didn't say he was smart or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of want to be on that same page of like, you know, he wasn't in Argus much, and he was smitten by Amelia, and like he spent most of his time with her, kind of thing. But at the same time, I also want to be like, if I walk into somewhere and if I see a giant mural of Hitler over there, it's gonna throw red flags for me. Like it's
for real. No, I know. I think that's why I like the joke, because the joke, it's just so absurd to miss that. It's just right fucking there.
All cards laid out on the table, right there.
I would say like they're on that like opening scene there. I mean, obviously him shooting for the door and busting through glass. I mean, that was pretty funny. But I was a little disappointed that in like I wanted to see a little bit something kind of cool from the peace cycle. In that chase, it was just kind of lackluster on that
it
part.
was very like not following the Chekhov's gun thing, because like we saw the peace cycle, it had missiles and it was never used, and I was like, well, that's really disappointing.
Well, and he's even like, how big is the door y'all came through? I want to take the peace cycle with me. Like he was adamant about bringing this bike with him. And so again, something else I was wrong about is, you know, I thought we were going to see the peace cycle do stuff, and no, that was wrong.
There's still one more episode. Maybe we will. I doubt it. Yeah. No, I know.
Let's say he left it.
I know.
I was also wrong about the dance. We were talking about the dance last week, Jeremy and I, because DC, the DC game, they took off
Fortnite.
Okay, yeah, they took off his dance move or whatever because of the it looking. I didn't think he did it, and then I rewatched it the other night, and I was like, oh, he did actually do it in the dance scene. Okay, I thought it was just the other three.
Yeah, they brought it back apparently. Supposedly.
Oh, in the game?
Yeah, I saw something where they did take it down, but they brought it back because supposedly it makes like an H now and not like the swastika.
Okay. What? Yeah. I got you. That's funny.
Stands for happy life.
Yeah. Hope. It stands for hope, Jeremy.
It's not a toilet seat. It's a beacon of freedom.
So as we get going, like we already talked about it with the missiles and stuff like that. You see a nice heartwarming moment between Amelia and Chris as they're going down the highway with the police chasing after them. They get to a stopping point because they're surrounded by all these cops. And then here comes freaking Keith and his dad, Auggie, in suits just blasting all these cops. Did y'all expect to see that?
No, I definitely did not expect to see that. I was very interested to see what was going to happen, and them coming in was not what I had imagined. Backing up just a little bit, but in dealing with that, like it still cracked me up with Economos and him trying to like backtrack his story and then just like, man, you are such a truth detector or whatever, like or lie detector. It's like, wow.
He said you're a human lie detector. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just a common thief. I didn't do anything. Anything he says, it was just me being crazy. He's like, no, you're full of shit. That was you, and you told the truth. He goes, oh, you're a human lie detector.
I've enjoyed Economos in this one. Just like his character arc, whatever is happening there. Like I love that they've kind of seems like they've leaned more into his comedy in this series this season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're kind of skipping what Michael was talking about, but I love the moment with him and Eagly. He's like, Eagly, they tied me up, go get them. And he brings back like a piece of string. And he's like, no, I don't want a piece of string. Like, what are you? And then like Eagly like goes over to the fridge and like taps on it, like open the fridge. And he's like, you selfish piece of shit.
Yes.
I thought that was really funny. But yeah, no, I was not expecting the double cross. It makes more sense now. I kind of like what they did with at least this version of Auggie. It seems like this version of Auggie was in fact not a Nazi, but just lived in a Nazi universe. Whereas he's the polar opposite of the Auggie from Chris's universe, where he was a Nazi. He was a neo-Nazi in a non-Nazi universe, whereas this one was a non-Nazi in a Nazi universe. And I like that twist. I thought that was kind of cool. But it seems like, I'm kind of getting ahead, but it seems like Keith maybe does buy into, and maybe even that Peacemaker bought into the whole Nazi ideology in that universe, because he was very amped up and he was all about like chasing down ads. And then when Auggie learned that's what he was doing, he's like, what the fuck's wrong with you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I thought that was a cool twist.
Well, and even was like, have y'all two not even learned anything?
Yeah.
Expecting more from them on top of that. So it wasn't even just a aggravated or disappoint. Like it was a disappointment as well. Of like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
I had a shower thought, if you will, because I was thinking about that scene today, and it makes sense because like of how old Auggie is. He lived probably not, he didn't fight during World War II, but he probably lived in America during World War II and experienced America like America before the Nazis took over. Whereas Chris and Keith probably grew up in Nazi America.
Yeah.
And so they don't know any different. So I thought that was probably more than likely like the canonical reason of why he is the way he is. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. Back to your thing though, the one thing I had an issue with was when he lands and shoots the cops or whatever. It's nothing to do with like the scene itself. It's just when he talks, I was like, didn't they put like a digital, like, you know, almost like an Iron Man kind of echoey technological like voice filter on his voice when he was White Dragon in the last season? This one just sounded like Bane, like he was just talking with a mask over his face.
I mean, let's be real. Like we only heard him talk one time with the mask on. Like there was no point in putting the special effects into it. Like Gunn was like, no, we're not doing that.
They spent too much on Eagly.
Right, exactly. I purposely skipped the other stuff. However, I should have led with the Economos going into it, because we also got a sense of why Auggie was so adamant about finding not only Chris, but this Amelia and anybody else that had come through the portal. And it's because he does not want the government to know about this portal. And I think that is a very big point for this series right here.
Yes.
And don't get me wrong, I know like my GI like robot hype was like real, okay? But there is a reason though why he was adamant about not wanting the government to find out, and like why he killed the cops. That's probably why he killed them.
Yes.
Was because like he doesn't want them to know about that portal. He doesn't want to know these are people from a different dimension. And then like how he was trying to get everybody back and out. But yeah, I loved all the Economist stuff y'all were talking about, like the interaction with Eagly and trying to get him to go kill him and stuff like that. And Eagly, I really thought Eagly, like they were going to pan the camera around, and Eagly was just going to take a shit on the floor.
I did too. I did too. I really thought that's what was going to happen, was he was just going to like shit and walk off.
So while all this is going down, we catch up with Vigilante doing the Spider-Man meme and stuff like that, and his doppelganger, and they're bonding.
Mhm.
They're getting a rough history lesson real quick of like both Earths and how World War II went down. And Vigilante casually mentions, he's like, "Oh, I kind of brought a black friend with me." He's like, "What do you mean, kind of?" Like, kind of like you can't notice? He's like, "Oh no, that was the first thing I noticed about her. She was black." He's like,
I gotta be honest with you, I love Vidge.
I just love that he's consistent. It doesn't matter what world we're in.
Mhm.
He's consistent.
Did you notice on the workbench?
Ooh,
On the
I did not.
workbench, the bomb was there. The same detonator switch from when they were trying to blow up the DMV.
Good call, then. You were
So,
talking about it. He
yeah.
probably built the bomb. So yeah, you called that.
Yeah, he more than likely was the one who built that bomb. So
That's awesome.
that's funny.
Which
to
makes
me.
sense with the thumbs up and
Yeah.
the thumbs down and all.
I
like
spotted
you were saying.
it. Yeah, it was that weird little like round puck looking thing. And I was like, there it is.
Oh, that's so funny. So okay, then they go out looking for Adebayo, and we catch up with her, and she's on the run. She jumps a fence. She's got this mob after her. She looks at the pool, and I don't know what made her think to
Right?
jump in the pool. I was like,
That was my thought too. Like, who's gonna like? Why would you jump in the pool? I mean, and just that's a whole lot slower than just running around real
Right.
quick,
right? Well, I mean, the lifeguards tell you all the time, don't run around the pool like it's dangerous. So make them all run around the pool too. Like, just watch your step.
Yeah,
That actually would be funny. They run around the pool and they slip and fall and like hit their heads and like die from like a brain trauma or whatever. Yeah, that was really dumb. Like, especially them following her in. Like, it was only so that
oh yeah.
Judomaster could do what he did, and I just thought it was dumb.
So, getting to like where the people sat there and did die, she gets to the edge of the pool and Judomaster gets her out. I have questions.
Okay.
Here. Okay. So here's the scene for anybody who hasn't seen it by chance. Judomaster helps get Adebayo out of the pool. And then he's got giant cables that are just arcing with lightning from both sides. And he jumps them in the pool and electrifies everybody that's in the pool. Now, where was both cables when he was giving a handout to Adebayo?
Behind him. I don't know.
Just on the ground, just twitching about.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
Arcing about.
And secondly, we later find out that these giant cables are freaking telephone wires.
Yeah.
No, those are not telephone wires.
The Nazis take
Where did it
the
come
Nazis
from?
take their telephone communications very seriously.
So you can't get rid of those landlines.
No.
Isn't it like only 5 volts or something that's
Yeah.
going through?
It's
like
usually-
telephone line anyway.
Yeah, landlines are.
Yeah, they're supposed to be low voltage.
They're not.
Yeah.
So I did figure out though. I do think I know where the cables came from because I know Jeremy was asking that a second ago. And when they go to leave, there's a pole behind them that's got like a power box that it
Mhm.
looks like they were kind of yanked out of or something like that.
Like a transformer or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, right, yeah, a meter or something like that.
Yeah, gotcha.
So I think they came from there. That makes the most sense, anyways. Makes way more sense than them being telephone lines. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. Like if it came from like something like that, then yeah, that makes sense that it would fry everybody in that water. But telephone line, that's not gonna do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I when he said telephone line, I immediately like my eyebrow kind of raised. I was like, why didn't you just say like a power line or something? Like, or you didn't really even need to
Yeah.
say anything. He should just like it's obvious that it's electricity. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he definitely should know what he's talking about because as they go to like bond in this home that he broke into, he's like, that's like the most people I've ever killed in the pool with telephone wire. And Adebayo's like, well, how many was the second most? He's like 4.
Yeah.
Like automatically just 4.
he
Yeah.
says it with such
It's like-
glee on his face. He's like 4.
Yeah. And it's like she expected it to be like he's never done it
Right.
before because I just you wouldn't think that'd be a reoccurrence there.
Right. And not only has he done it in one Earth, but now he's done it in two.
Mhm.
Something else I want to bring up, though, too, talking about the glee on his face and whatnot, I kind of think he's like a torture whore, honestly. And the reason
Yeah.
that I say this is because he brings up to Adebayo, he's like, you remember that time you tasered me like 1,000 times? And he has this look on his face, almost like he gets joy out of remembering when
Mhm.
somebody has tortured him a little bit.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
the actor was on James Gunn's podcast and he mentioned, so his like, this isn't canon, but like his motive, like idea behind the character of why he eats flaming hot Cheetos is he's kind of a masochist. He likes the pain from it.
Okay, so
So-
it goes more.
Yeah, so you may be onto something there with the.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh, man.
I love that he got the Cheetos, the other world
Yeah.
Cheetos, but he's like, these are just not
Yeah.
as good.
I love that whole scene with like him and Adebayo, the playing Scrabble,
Yeah.
them bonding, them talking about Chris and like kind of getting on the level with that,
Mhm.
all that jazz, and like him handing her the blanket and why did you help me? Oh, it just didn't seem like a fair fight, that kind of stuff. Like I don't know, I felt like that did a lot of character building for Judomaster, who's just somebody that we've
Mhm.
seen a good bit, but I don't feel like we've actually built on that character any.
Yeah, the most I think he said is like whatever ding dong bitches or something like that. Like that's the most he usually says in an episode.
Hey, fat boy.
Yeah, hey fat boy.
Fuck. Oh, that's funny. They wind up going to Augie's house, and the Vidges, they wind up joining Adebayo and Judomaster there in the woods outside of the house, watching the cops leave. While we're talking about the cops being there, I like that scene with Auggie and the cops.
Really?
Because yeah, I did, because it kind of went, it helped build on the character of Auggie not being a Nazi.
Yeah. I didn't like it. I didn't like it from the other perspective. Like I'm like, if these are Nazis, they wouldn't wait for a warrant. They would just storm in. Like they would just they would just straight up be like, no, we're coming in. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the part that didn't feel very like Nazi to me.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. But I do like how it built Augie's character.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you as well. Like it just sounds like an echo chamber now. The way that they portrayed Auggie with that, where he was like, I didn't say he was innocent. I said he
Right.
wasn't here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and then just the fact of like him basically forcing them to get a warrant.
Mhm.
Like, and then finding out later that like he's like, I don't agree with this world.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, like that. I don't know. I felt like that was more important than trying to, like, we've already hit home that this is a Nazi Earth.
Mhm.
So, like, trying to, make develop his character more in this limited amount of time, I felt like was more important,
Right. Yeah.
especially with what eventually happens to him. But, like,
And like he wasn't lying either that his son wasn't there, because his son isn't. Like his son's dead.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
yeah.
Whenever he,
You're going technicalities now,
Yeah.
Jeremy.
I am. But he kind of knew, like he it was before that they had the whole thing with Chris, and he had confessed all that stuff and everything, and so he had already been. You could tell he was already understanding what Chris was saying and feeling and that kind of thing. So I think he already had made up his mind that his actual son is gone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And it, like I said, I think thinking about it more, I think Keith and Chris of this universe were bad people.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
Auggie was a good person that
Yeah.
was trying to do the right thing. And yeah, I know he's like a superhero in this universe, but there's only so much that a guy with basically a low grade Iron Man suit can do against, like an army.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
And we don't know more about this world. We don't know if a Superman exists in this world and he's a Nazi as well. So like there could be a ton of things. So anyway, but I do like the idea. I feel bad with how it ends with him, because It's very heartbreaking to me. It's so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
A lot of people are mad at Vidge. I'm not mad at Vidge. I thought he did the right thing, but he just didn't have all the information to him. You know what I mean? At the time, he saw Economos tied up, and he was told that this world is filled with Nazis. So he was just like, I'm going to go save my friend, and just knifed the dude.
Do we know which Vidge actually stabbed him?
It's our Vidge. It's Earth.
Oh, is it?
The Prime Earth, whatever we're calling it. Earth 1 Vidge. It is not Vidge 2 from Earth X.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, and this was also like his chance to redeem himself as well for like his best friend, at least, self-proclaimed best friend, because, he didn't get a chance he couldn't kill him for Chris in the previous season on the other Earth. So, yeah, I mean, like, does it suck? Is it hard? Yes, absolutely, because Gunn wrote it that way. But at the same time, like, I see Vidge's point of view here, like, so it's hard to like miss out on an opportunity that when you're trying to like leave and get back to your Earth and everybody's trying to kill you. Like, that's one less person down.
Especially since Ads, took away his fun of killing all the cops.
Right. He got him and his other half got some licks in when they busted up in there.
Yeah, they did. I was like, daggum, y'all are like a well-oiled machine.
I know,
here.
right?
Jeez and Pete's.
I thought that was really cool with them like tactically going in there. Like one of them like ducks underneath the other one while they're shooting and stuff. And it was really cool. I like seeing Vidge being competent. I thought that was neat.
Yeah. I felt like we missed out on some really cool choreography with that. Cause like it seemed like a really cool scene, but we cut away.
Yeah.
And I was like, why are we cutting away? Like all the good stuff's happening over around the door. What are we doing?
We had to have the emotional scene, man. With
There was no emotion going to the door other than freaking Economos laying on his back, being drugged throughout the house when a chair he's tied up to, saying, fuck, 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 fuck.
And Steve Agee, the actor that plays Economos, was talking about how he has vertigo and him laying on his back for like long takes was like giving him bad vertigo, so they'd have to like stand him back up. And like John Cena was being really nice. They'd be like, after cuts, John Cena would like point to Steve Agee and be like, hey, can we get someone to get him up?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, and I felt bad for Judomaster because at one point he was like by himself trying to drag him, and I'm like, that's a big boy.
Yeah, for real.
I don't know that he's dragging him.
Yeah, it's like dragging me, basically.
We've skipped all the way around it. Ads and Vidge all make it in the house because Vidge jumps through the window while Augie's giving this really good speech about how we've already talked about it. He doesn't approve of this world and what they're doing and stuff like that. And if Amelia and all them can sit there and fight every crime and every wrong, then he looks up to them. He admires them.
Yeah,
but he's just old and he can't do it. And this was all because he was offended because he got called a Nazi. Mm-hmm. And this is when you start learning and putting things together of like, hey, like his dad's actually really good. He even said something earlier on in the episode of like, I didn't want to tell y'all talking to Keith, but I met my doppelganger in there one time. Mm-hmm. And there was something off with him. There was something wrong. Like he came from a dark dimension or something like that, which I found that very interesting as well. It's like, you're really the one that's in the really bad dimension right now,
Yeah.
But it's just that whole opposite thing like you were talking about of like, Chris seems like a really good guy. But over there, not so much, maybe. And Vidge comes in and just shanks freaking Auggie in the back of the neck. I mean, just
like multiple times.
Oh, like man, it was brutal.
There is no recovering from that.
No.
Not at all.
There was a body. He's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The police break in because there's probable cause now. They don't have to have a warrant anymore. The vigilantes take their rain of fire onto them. They get back towards where the room is, and then Keith busts in and starts beating the hell out of Peacemaker, and then Peacemaker watches all of his friends jump on Keith and start pretty much getting ready to kill him, and then he lets out this scream.
Guttural scream.
Oh my gosh. And that's what I'm saying. Like this thing it had action, it had humor, it had heart.
Yeah.
This scene with Peacemaker screaming and coming and getting on Keith, telling him to stop it and stuff like that. I'm fucking sorry. Look, like, what the fuck is wrong with us? Mm-hmm. Things like that. It's just like, damn.
Yeah.
So again, I was wrong.
Yeah.
I thought Peacemaker was going to have to kill his dad and his brother, and I was wrong again. So
Yeah. I love that scene. I want to say again, I'm not the biggest John Cena. I have nothing against him. Like, he's a fine person, but like, I don't know. He's always the meathead type of character. And
yeah.
those I don't really gravitate towards. But I have to give him credit. This episode, he did some amazing acting, especially in that scene. That scene where he is having like the flashback, the PTSD moment of all the people that he's killed, like his dad, his brother, Rick Flag Jr. I'm trying to remember, was there anyone else? Oh, himself from this universe.
Oh yeah.
And then he just lets out this just guttural scream, and then he's like, "Get off of him!" And I also love the idea of like, his friends were like, love him so much, like they were holding back his brother from murdering him, and like Vidge is like shanking him, and Economos even got in on it. I don't know if you noticed that, but like Economos even got in on grabbing it. Judomaster joined in.
Yeah, I know Judoma. Yeah,
and then he what you said, whether like he's like, what the fuck's wrong with us? What the fuck's wrong with me? It's not your world or my world. It's me. I'm the bad thing. Which I feel bad, because my note for that was just poor Chris. I feel bad for like Gunn. I love him to death, but like, my God, he hates his character. Or he loves to put his characters through just so much trauma.
I mean, well, I was gonna say he didn't put Superman really through trauma, but then at the same time, like, I was like, well, I mean, he'd been holding on to that whole voicemail thing from his parents for years now, and that turned to be a bad thing. So it was this scene when it made me realize that I was stupid, and I was like, the show is named Peacemaker. Like, that's what this show is about. It's not about G.I. Robot and Earth 2. It's not about like whatever, like. Exactly. Yes. I wanted to see that big robot so bad.
Are you a Nazi?
He wouldn't even have to ask that. He knew clearly.
That's what a Nazi would say.
Just keep going, please, because I missed it.
No, I'm not. I pulled a bunch of them in hopes that this episode was going to have him, and unfortunately it didn't. So
there's still hope. There's still hope.
Yeah, we still have one more episode.
Talking to other people, though, they were kind of disappointed in this episode, like the runtime, and then it was more like a lot of a lot of the speculation, and that's where it hit me. I was like, I'm wrong, but it's good that I'm wrong, because this show, like, yes, I'm sure it's going to have breadcrumbs to other things, Man of Tomorrow, whatever else, and Gunn's even said like this is going to have outcomes to different things, including Man of Tomorrow. But this show is about Chris, and he brought it back.
Yeah.
To being about Chris. And I'm like, yo, that's just fucking good writing.
I agree. I do have some theories, though, what we may, because we did see, you hadn't mentioned it yet, but stuff happening on Earth 1. There was a few scenes with Argus and Rick Flag Sr.
Oh yeah.
And,
I completely forgot all about that.
Yeah, Lex's henchman, the Sidney Happerson.
Yeah.
I think in the comic, he's a character from the comic books.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things he did in the comic books is when it's one of the one of the versions of Brainiac gets deactivated, and he under LexCorp, they have like the body of Brainiac, and they're like studying it on how it like works and everything.
Oh shit.
So I'm wondering if this may be, I kind of wonder if this is going to set up Brainiac for Man of Tomorrow. Because that seems like a big enough villain for both Lex and Superman to team up to take down that sort of villain.
Especially if it's Lex's fault, kind of, as well.
Yeah. Now, how that exactly happens, I don't know yet. I don't know if it's going to come through one of those doors. I think that would be kind of weird, in my opinion. But we'll see. Yeah,
especially since it seemed like Lex had his own area. Lex's area didn't look anything like what Chris's quantum unfolding looks like.
Yes.
Which it was just open, just quantum space.
Mm-hmm.
Which, now thinking about that, I'm like, I need that explained to me. Like, if he opened up portals to the same area, why does it not look the same? Why is there a difference?
You talking which one? You talking about Chris's or Lex's?
Why does Lex's look different than Chris's?
Lex's is different. His is like a pocket dimension inside, and they had basically portals going to that pocket dimension. Chris
Oh.
has a door that goes to a pocket dimension that has doorways to other dimensions.
Okay, that's why they look different then.
And theirs is not even perfected, because that was one of the things that the guy mentioned in the episode of like, oh, this one doesn't wobble.
Right.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, it's like it's been perfected is what I think he's implying compared to what the one that Lex had. So that kind of makes me wonder is like, is this Brainiac's doing since he's smart and everything? I don't know. Maybe it's GI Robot all over again and I'm hyping myself up.
Well, I was watching something, and more than likely it was New Rock Stars or something like that. They were talking about Sasha Bordeaux and like her connection with the Crisis, Infinite Crisis, and how her connection with OMAC and stuff like that. And I was like, well, I mean, we've already set OMAC up in Blue Beetle. We're going to keep Blue Beetle. So that could be like an ultimate thing that we go to, or another big bad or something like that. That would be cool to see that once everybody's established.
Yeah. The episode that you were gone on, I talked a little bit about that with Jeremy. Yeah. I think there is a setup for OMAC. Even Argus, the logo for Argus looks like an eye, which I was like, is that putting seeds for Brother Eye and OMAC and all that?
Yes. We're talking about speculation and stuff like that. I don't know that Vigilante makes it out alive. Nazi Earth Vigilante.
Oh,
I don't know that he makes it out alive. I wouldn't put it past him, but I don't know that I see that. and they've got the quantum. They know it now. You know what I mean? Like Keith stayed alive. I think we just saw his origin story of being a bad guy.
Yeah, I think he may come back as Captain Nazi.
Okay.
Since he's called Captain Triumph currently.
Yeah.
I could see him. There's a character that's from Shazam, but, DC acquired Shazam. And I think he'll be maybe Captain Nazi. He'll come back and he'll have like the swastika on his chest or something.
Oh, wow. Okay. I like that. Well, I mean, I like that idea.
That's what a Nazi would say.
I know. The more that I keep thinking about it, like, there's no good way of saying this. Like, I swear I'm not a Nazi. How about
Nazis?
Oh man. So yeah, I think that's definitely a plot thread we're gonna have. I don't think we're gonna explore any more of it come the next episode. I think it's gonna come back to like Chris. And centering on that, I think, we may get something going into Lantern, something going into Supergirl. Not Supergirl. Sorry, Man of Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I think if we get any kind of pulls, it'll be something going to Lanterns and something going to Man of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
I think for sure this is setting up Man of Tomorrow. This next episode is just going to be set up for Man of Tomorrow. Whatever the fuck happens. We saw, I wrote down, I don't know if you watched the trailer for the final episode that they usually play at the end of every episode, but they go through the doors and we see one that looks like Candyland.
Yeah.
And I went, imps?
Fucking gremlins or
Because
something.
like something very small runs through the grass and I'm like,
right.
I wonder if that's supposed to be the fifth dimension and we're gonna get a view of Batmite or somebody.
I don't think so. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Oh.
The other one is there's like some kind of zombie, so I just wrote deceased, maybe? I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
There's that. There's which we've seen it through like all kinds of trailers and stuff, but the skull spiders,
Yeah.
that's creepy as fuck looking. Like, I don't know that I even want to know. Like, that's nightmare fuel.
It really
Like,
is. It looks like the cover of some sort of like death metal band. Like some album.
Yes, it does. It looks like Amelia's walking through those doors with everybody. So in their little suits and whatnot like that. Like, I'm kind of wondering what the suits is all about. Like, are they worried about getting too much quantum energy, or?
I think it's just in case there's any sort of like what do you call it? Like unknown parasites or bacteria or something. Typically that's what you do when you like unsure. You're like, I don't want to breathe the air because there could be like a
Yeah.
germ from this world that we have no immunity from that could just like wipe everyone out on this
Yeah.
earth.
It's also a good way to know against doppelgangers too.
Yeah, that is true.
Getting back to the episode real quick, just the end of it. Amelia did try to get that didn't try. She got a pistol from Vigilante, was going to end Heath, and the police broke in right before all the other stuff that we talked about. So, yeah, I think that's more fuel for the fire. Just her comment of like, I can't let you come back looking for him.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh man, that's a whew.
Yeah.
Gunn said in an earlier draft of that episode, she does actually kill him.
Wow.
He was going to
wow.
have her shoot Keith, and then that was going to be a thing that they have to deal with in like a later season.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder what made him change his mind though.
I think he wants to bring Keith back as like the arch nemesis for
Mm.
Peacemaker kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, that would make sense. Peacemaker going against Captain Nazi. Like,
Yeah.
That's that kind of writes itself there,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Real quick, I wanted to talk about back when Rick Flag Sr. is talking with Sydney Harperson.
Yeah.
There's a Argus guard that they call Smiley, who is
Yeah.
smiling like ear to ear. And the only reason I wanted to bring it up, I was like, Fleury absolutely gave that man that nickname. He absolutely was the one who called that man Smiley.
It's the
And
only
then-
one that stuck.
Yeah. He did.
That's funny. I also like the presence of Luther there without him even being there.
Oh yeah.
When Sydney's like,
oh, yeah.
don't get me wrong, like not trying to be antagonistic or whatever, but why should I help you? And Rick's like, I don't know, because your boss, Lex Luthor said that you were going to,
Mm-hmm.
and I can go back and tell him though that you chose not to. Oh no, it's okay, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
And like everything changes. It's like, damn,
Yeah.
like I like that, showing the power he has without him even being there, just mentioning his name.
Yeah, exactly. It was very menacing as a villain. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. 11th Street kids come out of the money and dope fiend basement, bringing the quantum portal upstairs, and they hand it over to Argus. They arrest Peacemaker, saying he's in possession of a deadly alien item or something like that, quantum item. And Judomaster actually sides with or backs Chris up on what he's saying about how, like, hey, they came in looking for me to bring me back and to hand y'all the portal. And so I was like, I like that. I like the we're building up Judomaster to be one of the 11th Street kids. That's pretty cool. Or possibility of that.
Yeah. I think after the talk with ads, he kind of comes to understand Chris better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when he was saying, I forget what he said. He was basically saying, he was like, he's some kind of like super patriotic, racist asshole who listens to music like the kid across the street from Toy Story 2. I thought that shit was funny.
I also like the scene where like Vigilante's like, fuck it, I'll just start taking them out.
Mm-hmm.
They go to put Chris in, and Ads puts her hand on him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, like I like how it seems like it's been so separated. They've all been separated, kind of thing. Where like, Ads is in this show and she's like, Chris is my best friend. And Vigilante's always been like, oh, Chris is my best friend. Like but nobody's been like friends with each other almost, it seems like.
Yeah.
And so I like that they're kind of becoming friends with one another. And that was another thing that I noticed that I felt like linked the show back to Chris, is everybody was talking about their views and their relationship with Chris. So like, I thought that was really cool too.
So this is the show. The show should have been called Everybody Loves Chris.
Yes.
Not Everybody Hates Chris.
Yes. If that wasn't trademarked, yes. WB may own that. I don't know who owns that.
Yeah,
but
I don't know who owns that, honestly, either.
That's all that I really have. Y'all have anything else?
Nah, that's it for me, man. It was such a short episode that like it's kind of just straightforward.
But what's funny is I think this is our longest review that we've done. I did hear something else. Real quick, I did hear that apparently Peacemaker's mom is alive.
Yeah, Gunn mentioned that.
And so, like, not only do we have like her being alive, but also like he knows the story from what you were saying
Mhm.
of the helmets.
Mm-hmm.
But then I've also heard that, like, as of right now, there is no season 3. Like, this was the last season of Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Wow.
His wife, Jennifer Holland, was mentioning on that episode about how, like, you know, she's like, if we get a season 3, I don't know if we'll get a season 3. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know if you're going to get a season 3? Like, shouldn't you
You're
guys?
sleeping with the director, ma'am.
Yeah, like your husband is the guy. Like, you should know.
Oh, it's not only the director, but the co-CEO on top of that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the only one more above him is fucking Zaslav, or whatever the fuck his name is. Like,
Or equal to him, really.
Yeah.
Like, not even necessarily above, but equal to. Yeah.
so
That's funny. But yeah, there's all these stories that possibilities or whatever. So that's pretty cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad. I'm glad, but sad also to see this next week be the end. I did hear that the last episode is supposed to be 45 minutes long.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, nice.
I think it's longer than that. I thought Gunn said it was,
Was it
going to be
54 minutes long?
Yeah, I think he said it was
Maybe I
like in the
was- yeah.
50s. I think that's
Okay.
what Gunn said. Next week's episode's going to be long. He
Yeah.
also said something about this episode having a ton of Easter eggs. I think he misspoke, or maybe I misspoke. I think it's next episode that's going to have all the Easter eggs.
I was thinking about that afterwards. And
You
I
would
was like,
think so.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember there being a bunch of.
No, I even watched New Rock Stars to be like, well, did I fucking miss them? Like, what? There's like nothing this
Yeah.
episode.
Fingers crossed. Next episode. Y'all got anything else?
Nope.
Nope. I'm good.
Cool. I better shut up for now before I come up with something else. Jeremy, we're going to be talking about Peacemaker season 2, episode 8 next week. But in the meantime, where can they find you?
I can find me on Twitch under the handle Night Fury GTO. That's Night with a K. And you can find me here.
Awesome. Richard?
If you want to contact me directly, I have an X, the platform formerly known as Twitter and Instagram, a Blue Skies, and a Threads. My handle is Night Curry, night like day and night, and Curry with a K. If you want to contact us directly, we have a Gmail. Our Gmail is comicallycomicspodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to check us out on YouTube, possibly TikTok, we'll see, and Instagram, you can check us out under the name Comically Comics Podcast. And if you want to check us out on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, you can check us out under the name Comically Comics with an X.
Awesome. You can find me on Instagram, eBay, and Shortbox22_comics. You also find me on YouTube at 22 Comics. Thank y'all so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed as much as we did making it. Well, all means it. Say goodbye, Jeremy.
Bye, Jeremy.
Goodbye, Jeremy. Goodbye.
Can Miss Nina and G.I. Robot be killing Nazis soon? Miss Waller promised it would be soon. It's been oh so long since G.I. Robot has sent Nazis back to hell where they belong.
I think it will be soon.